Oh, absolutely. For a very long time, I was very mad. I'm still mad. I'm still very angry.
I can
What
tell.
like very yeah, very very mad, but not even like at the fact of like what happened and
Mhm.
what I put up with and like basically what she put me through.
Right.
A lot of the things that I'm mad at is the fact that like I gave you 7 years of my life and like
Mhm.
we're not even on speaking terms.
Yeah.
And it's like I gave you 7 years of my life and I've done a lot for you. I sacrificed a lot for you and your family.
Mhm.
And you
Yeah.
don't even have the common decency to like talk and like come like we don't need to like have a friendship, but like to have like positive closure between the two of us. Like
Yeah.
so that's
Such
what
a
that
great good.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's like really pissed me off about like the majority of the whole thing. Um and the other the other thing that kind of like it makes me realize like in order not to hate her, because like that's
Okay.
the biggest thing is like I don't want to hate something or hate somebody because in my life I found that when you hate something, it's derived from love. Like
It's
you can't
love.
invest in
Mhm.
something because like hatred it takes investment. You can't
It does.
invest in something that you don't love, you know,
Yeah.
because it takes time, takes energy, takes effort.
It takes your
Um,
existential energy, your inner core energy, like your whole everything to hate because you're right. Love is a very fangled thing, man. It does so much. And I mean, just hearing you, I could kind of hear the pain in your voice from what's happened or occurred. And I can tell that you're still dealing with it in a way. Cause this is fresh, right?
yeah, it's pretty fresh. Happened earlier this year.
Mhm.
Again, 7 years. It's just like we were best friends, and like now we can't even have positive closure. That's what really drives me crazy. And I don't want to hate her. So in order to stop hating her, I like really truly started work on just not loving her. So now, like face to face, if I saw her, it's just I feel indifferent towards her.
Okay.
Like you wasted my life, and whatever you were like mad at, like I don't know. I don't really know
Well,
where I was going with that, but no, it's just
yeah.
it. Like I guess I have forgiven like the
Okay.
things that I'm at least willing to like forgive the things that
Okay.
she's put me through, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't think that she is mature enough to even acknowledge that she quote unquote put me through anything.
Mm, I get you. Yeah. And she may not ever come to that realization. She may not ever believe it was her. You know what I mean? Because every story has 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, but she may never come to the conclusion that maybe she was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I'm trying to be very biased. I'm like, yeah, I know, like you're only hearing my side of the story, but like I wasn't an angel. Like I definitely messed things up. I could have like avoided certain roads or like
Okay.
didn't open certain
Oh, you're
doors.
talking about the very beginning when you yeah, okay.
Yeah, just in general, like throughout the relationship, like I definitely could have done like just been a better partner, boyfriend, and done a better job at like setting those boundaries. Um, but at the same time, when it came crashing all down, and it was starting to affect my mental health in the relationship, and I was trying to like voice that. When that no longer became something she gave a shit about, that's when I was like, okay, I should have walked away a long time ago.
Yeah, because 'cause you're saying so when this really started to cut out, how many years ago was it when you first started seeing the signs of it? Was it a couple of years ago, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I would say like 2 years ago.
Okay, about 2 years?
Yeah.
And
So we started down the path, and I told her we both came to the agreement no one-on-one interactions, like no one-on-ones. It's just,
okay,
like we can bring some people into it, like that's fine. Flirting at parties is fine. But I was like, I don't want to be left at a party and you go away with somebody and,
and
hook up with them. Cause then at
right,
that point, you literally just ditch me at a party to go, hey, hook up with somebody.
yeah,
And lo and behold, 1 week later, she did it.
and she told you
That exact thing. She ditched me at a party to go hook up with somebody.
oh my and it wa and the person that she hooked up with was your friend that you were talking about, or
Yes.
that's a lot going on. Now, your friend situation, is your friend does he have a family? I mean, is he
Yeah.
married?
She's married with a kid. So she left our relationship so she can be a third wheel in someone else's.
And then she wanted to drag you into that relationship as well, or she just
Yeah.
wanted to happen?
Yeah. No,
Ah,
she wanted to, and I was just no. I'm not a community type of.
that's a lot of
What at what point where do you draw the lines from, like, what we are as a relationship from what anyone else can be? You know?
Mhm.
What's the point of being in a relationship if it's just, like, I'm just gonna be another person?
Yeah, and you were the original person in this
Yeah,
relationship with her.
exactly.
That's insane. I mean, if you think about it, is she now you did say this. You said that your ex-girlfriend, you were the like you said, the 2nd person she'd ever been with?
Yeah.
And how old was she when you guys met?
She was 21 and I was 23.
Okay, so 21, 23. She really didn't do much, had much playtime or whatever, because everybody needs a little playtime. And do you think that that contributed to the whole situation?
Probably. I mean, again, that was, like, the basis for why I was like, "Hey, look, if you wanna, like, live your life and experiment with women, like, I can understand that."
Mhm.
Like, yeah, it might upset me at first, but it's like I can at least wrap my head around and conceptualize why that would be something you would be doing versus like a guy.
Okay.
And then again, like I feel like she took that and like abused it. Like, oh,
Okay.
women
Because
and
you
men are the same thing. I look at it like those are relationships the same way. It's like I understand that, but I clearly told you that I don't look at it that way.
Mhm.
And if I'm the one setting the boundary, it's my boundary that should be respected.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. I understand that. But now when you're doing this, are you realizing now you told me that you said that you put her into the OnlyFans lifestyle. Is it
I didn't
true?
put her in the OnlyFans lifestyle. She wanted to do OnlyFans before I met her.
Oh, she did, okay. But she convinced you to go along with it?
Yes. So she was like, "This is what I'm doing." More or less, like I found out after she made her OnlyFans. So I was like, "Hey, look, this is like a reoccurring theme."
Yeah,
I found out, oh yeah, I have an OnlyFans, and you kind of had to be okay with it. Start a fight, start a fight. Okay, calm down. I'm okay with it. Like I guess, like I love you. You're more important like, than like all that bullshit. Being with you is more
mhm,
important.
right.
But, like,
Right.
it was, like, no nudity at first, and then, like, she was like, "Okay, okay, okay," and then boom, like, I remember I came in from work and I, like, walked into the bathroom, she's filming herself naked in the shower, and it's like, "Okay." She's like, "Yeah, yeah, well, I just figured, like, it's time that I come out like that on my, channel or whatever," and it's like, again, I had to find out about it first, like, it's not like you talk to me like, "Hey, this is what's going on," and I get to voice my opinion, and, like, to be honest, like, the way she acted, like, my opinion wouldn't even matter. Like,
No, she doesn't care.
no, she didn't care. And
No.
she like, looking back, she also would talk down on me, like, all the damn time. So I feel like I was always trying to, like, find, like, ways to, like, appease her and make her happy because like, she was always, like, talking down to me and, like, she was borderline emotionally abusive.
Okay, well, see, then that's the thing. That's a narcissistic trait. What would she say to you when she talked down to you?
Like, pretty much the way it was, like, I'll be completely honest, I have ADHD, so it's really hard for me to keep track of certain things.
Yeah.
So, there came a time in our relationship where I was like, "Look, like, if you pay all the bills, I'll just send you all of my money. Like, I'll just get paid and send it to you." Because, like, at that point, like, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
just made sense, like, you keep up with the bills better, it'll give you more resources because like, she was also booking, like, all of our trips and things like that, so,
Mhm,
just send her all the money. And occasionally, like, there'd be times where, like, because I was doing like landscaping and hardscaping at one point where bad weather, so I wasn't working, so the paychecks were like kind of low, and
mhm.
like it was just the way she would like act, like when things are good, like oh we're a team, and then when things are bad, then it's always like she's pointing out to me in ways that like she was like carrying me, you know what I
Mhm,
mean? I mean it's like she had OnlyFans, she had other jobs that lined up. So she had like just like more sources of income coming in, and I was just
she
like
had
busting
some
my ass.
hustle. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm,
like, and then she'd always just like talk like poorly to me and down at me,
mm.
and like looking back, it's just like completely unacceptable. After
Well,
like,
yeah, and not to mention it's an abusive relationship. I mean, that's not
yeah,
a
like
yeah.
I was the guy that you know we were taking care of her grandparents, and like her grandfather would like fall out of his bed, and I had to run up like 2 flights of stairs to like pick this old man up who's like you know, not able to like really stand. And sometimes
Right.
he might have had an accident. And here I am doing it in the middle of the night. I had to be up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And like, no complaints. Never once asked for a thank you. Like, never needed it.
Yeah.
And like, yet she had the audacity to like talk down to me. And
Mm.
like, make me feel. She said that I was like